thinking that we even have merits at all is a arrogant thought process. A couple of reasons for that. Number one, who says that you have any merits? Now you're going to say, wait, but I did some mitzvah. Who says you did the mitzvah right? Who says you didn't make a sin while you're doing the mitzvah? And better yet, who says you don't have more sins than mitzvot? So counting our merits is a prideful mistake. We have to count on mercy. We try to accumulate as many merits as possible, but we have to learn from our sages. What do our sages say? Gemara, Masechet Brachot, Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai. The only reason we have a Torah today is because of him. Now you had the Chumash already from Mount Sinai, but none of us would be able to even read the Chumash. I'm not talking about understand it. Read it without the oral Torah, because the oral Torah has multiple parts. It's not just the laws and the arguments. It's also the vowel system. The vowel system that allows us to read the Hebrew alphabet. Unlike English that has letters that are the vowels, in Hebrew there's nikud, there's dots. That's part of the oral Torah. Rabban Yochanan was even before Rabbi Akiva. So Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai is Kodesh Kodeshim, lived at the time of the Beit HaMikdash. On his deathbed, he starts crying hysterical. His student says, Rabbeinu, why are you crying? You're the patish, you're the hammer of the nation. You shouldn't be crying, you're on deathbed, you're going to Gan Eden. No. Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai says to his students, I know that I'm about to meet the King of Kings. If I was going to meet a king of flesh and blood, and he would punish me, that punishment would be based on time. But I'm going to meet a King of Kings, a Kadosh Baruch Hu. Whatever punishment it is, it's eternity. If I was going to meet a king of flesh and blood, I could entice him, I could bribe him. But I'm going to meet the King of Kings. You can't bribe him, you can't entice him. And you want me to not be scared? I'm going to meet the King of Kings. And I don't know if they're going to take me to Gan Eden or to Gehinnom. I don't know. Shortly later, he says, make room. Stand up, because Chizkiyahu HaMelech has come to take me to Olam Haba. So we see, obviously, not only he goes to Gan Eden, but one of the most righteous people that ever lived came to take him to Gan Eden. But why did he have such merit? Because he never ever saw himself as meritorious. Why? How do I know I'm doing everything right? Maybe the Yetzer Hara has been fooling me the whole time to make me think that one of the mitzvot that I'm doing is really a mitzvah. In reality, it's a sin. So never count on your merits, although you have to do as much as possible to accumulate as much as possible. Always count on a mercy, and that's why there's a vidui and charata. Vidui and charata means we do it every day. Vidui means that you admit your sins. You don't admit there's no section of the Torah of your siddur where you admit your mitzvot. But what do you admit every day? You say, Chatanu avinu pashanu. You say, I'm sorry Hashem, I made a sin accidentally, on purpose, to make you mad, all types of things. And you go over the entire book of sins. On Yom Kippur, that prayer is an hour long. All the different types of sins that we made, most of it having to do with Kedusha, meaning with wasting seed and things of that nature, immorality. There's an entire section of Tefillah right before the end of Yom Kippur about immorality, about sex crimes. So, vidui means we're admitting. Charata means we're sorry. We apologize for it. But before the charata comes, admit. Admit that you have mistakes. Admit that you're a sinner. Once you admit you're a sinner, okay, then you can start talking to Kadosh Baruch Hu. But as long as we deny where we really stand, then we're too prideful to even talk to Kadosh Baruch Hu. So always rely on mercy, although you have to accumulate as much merits as you possibly can to the best of your knowledge. Of course, always make sure that what you're doing is not your own logic, but rather it's written in the Torah itself.